Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome to another update for Jurassic World Evolution 3. This is another feature focus and this time it's one I am very excited about. I'm enjoying all the coverage from Jurassic World Evolution 3, but at heart I am a builder, so I'm very much looking forward to getting hold of the building tools that have kind of made the planet games what they are, but with this sort of higher level of realism and fidelity, I think, that we're seeing here in Jurassic World Evolution 3. I think it's going to be a really exciting mix. This overview doesn't really go into great detail about stuff we haven't seen already, but it is nice to just be reminded how much of a fantastic system this is going to be bringing to the game, and it's arguably, in my opinion, probably one of the biggest steps up for the game, probably going to be bringing in a whole new audience. I know I've noticed from my Jurassic World Evolution content that a lot of the folks who are excited for this game, they're dino fans, and that's, of course, it's a dino game, and they're noticing which new species have been added and which ones aren't being added, and whether they look right and whether they look correct and all this sort of stuff, and I don't understand any of that. They all look great to me. But I suppose it's similar with sort of Planet Coaster. There's a lot of roller coaster fans who really care about the intricacies and the detail of the actual coasters themselves. Then with Planet Zoo, there's a lot of fans who really care about the actual animals and sort of how accurate they are and what have you. But there's a lot of people like me who just kind of, all of that sort of works on vibes, and we just kind of want to make the place look pretty, and that is what I'm very much excited for Jurassic World Evolution 3, is that the amount of customization to do that is really quite impressive. They show off a couple of sort of mostly pre-built stuff in this, and I do wonder, because a lot of the chat that I've seen online has been, oh, this seems really complicated, oh, I've seen this in the Planet games and it's a bit too much going on for me. So honestly, this Building Your Parks video actually spends quite a bit of time talking about how you don't have to build your parks and it's all available on the workshop, which I think is fine. But for people who are interested in building it, we can see all of these individual pieces now, and some of this stuff just looks so fun. And I really always very careful not to do the thing that often happens with Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster, is just wish that this stuff was in the other game that I'm playing. So it happened a lot with Planet Zoo. I was like, oh, Planet Coaster, that would look really great in that. And the same is happening here, just with these little menu signs, these little potty plants, these folded down umbrellas. Just a lot of real neat stuff here in this Sorrow Salad. Just a great brand looking look as well. You can see some banners here with the Pteranodon on them, obviously right outside a Pteranodon exhibit. I wonder if these banners work like almost like the 2 Point Museum ones, in that they know what they're nearby and just show that, or if they work more like a billboard in the Planet game, so you can go in and pick what you would like them to have on them, or maybe there's just one of these for every dinosaur, which, any of those could be true. It'd be interesting to see which one it is. But you see the logo above the door there, and then also the logos on the banners. So going to be good ways of being able to display which dinosaur the guests are looking at one point. They also show the paths, lots of different paths. The paths that don't have like a width slider. Looks like there's just multiples of each to choose from. That's fine. There's like a medium, small, medium, and large. So the path system doesn't look like it's completely carried over from the newer planet system of Planet Coaster 2. Looks like it's still like a linear node-based path, but that's fine. We can still do some fun stuff with that. It's definitely a less sort of important part of the game. You'll see here, for instance, there's no real sort of true plaza, but they've done a good job of opening up a space there and having paths move around each other to kind of make that effect work. And the guests and the guest interactions are much less of a key feature of Jurassic World. It really is about that larger scale, the dinos and the buildings now, and the terraforming, which we'll look at in a moment as well. The guests honestly do feel a little flat compared to the Planet Coaster ones. That is just a stylistic choice. They are there for just to kind of move through the parks and be either dinosaur fodder or money spending pits. You can see here they've made a beautiful natural path with some vending machines. Yeah, the guests don't look particularly impressed with it, unfortunately, but I feel like that is a conscious style of the game, is to keep the guests sort of generic and just sort of flowing through the park as a larger unit, rather than really caring about the individuals like you might do in the Planet games. We can see here the full advanced move system as they place down a single rock here in an archway for these big old sharks. I have no idea what they're called, I'm sorry. It just shows you that it looks like this scenery has collision. You know, the sharks are neatly going through the archway there. So perhaps maybe just some stuff has collision, or maybe the rocks have collision, or everything has collision to the animals inside a pen, similar to how it works in Planet Zoo. Be exciting to see, because that's a big thing as well, is whether or not the guests and the dinosaurs are going to care about this scenery that we place down. We then get to see a few different examples of the hatchery, the building where the dinos come out of. It's still a fairly large building. It still looks like it has to be attached to the fencing, so there are still some limitations in how you get to use it, but you can see a few different versions of it here. It looks like the sort of foliage area is pretty sort of set in stone, but the back of the building there, you can do some different roofing and things to sort of tie it into the space that you're building. And then here in the menu, you can see there's a few options there that they've downloaded from their workshop to show that you're going to be able to upload these yourself and use other people's ones as well, especially if it's not the sort of thing you're interested in doing yourself. And here from the other angle, you can see the roof is over the bit where the dinos come out, so it's not like you're limited to only being able to edit areas that aren't functional. Here the roof across the hatch there just sort of carries over that theme and that decoration into the actual habitat itself. Much like Planet Coaster 2, it looks like Jurassic World Evolution 3 is using its own internal workshop, the Frontier workshop. Lots of mixed feelings about this. Honestly, I'm a big fan of Steam's workshop, and it's unfortunate that the game doesn't use it if you're playing on PC, but there is something to be said about the console and PC players all being under one roof, being able to share stuff with each other. That is actually quite a good thing, especially in Planet Coaster 2. We're seeing a lot of collaboration parks where console players and PC players are able to work together on parks, and that's a really great thing. So, in some ways it's good, in other ways I do really like the functionality of the Steam Workshop. It'll be interesting to see whether Jurassic World Evolution's 3 versions of the Frontier Workshop holds up. And finally we get a few more shots of buildings that look very Jurassic World to me, very Jurassic Park in general. It'd be interesting to see how far we can push these themes to build something really crazy. I really can't wait. And again, if you look at all of this modular building and sort of scream and say this really isn't what I'm looking for, basically just imagine the game has a lot of different blueprints that you can get from the workshop, because people are going to be making really incredible stuff with this, and I really wouldn't panic, honestly. It's going to be a system that is there if you want it, but if you don't, it's going to be a tool set for other people to make really incredible stuff for you. Hopefully I'll be one of them. I'm very excited to dive into this and try out all the new scenery and create some cool dino habitats. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until the next one, be good.